Well, hey there. Welcome to the Pawpaw Chronicles and more with Jim. Well, I'm out here in the Pawpaws once again, and what I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm checking fruit. And earlier I came by here and checked. This right here is an overlease. I bought this overlease grafted tree in 2019, and it's grown quite well. Had quite a bit of fruit in it for the first time this year. That being said, I've got a cluster of fruit in here that I'm going to try to extract. I've been checking on a daily basis, and certain things that I feel for tells me that that cluster is ready to come out, because I want to try to hold that cluster together as much as possible to show you what it looks like. And give me a moment and we'll see what I can do. That's a big wow. Well, like I said, I'm trying to hold as much of this cluster together as possible, and one of them has broken off. So let's see if we can get this cluster out of the way, or this one individual out of the way, and bring the rest of it out here intact. That's got give. You can see right here an indentation where it was wedged into a branch, and it tried to grow, and the branch held it tight in that one position. And yes, that is ready. And that's a good cluster of pawpaw there. Let me set this down. That's got give. That's got give. Give. Yeah. The entire cluster has a little bit of give. And normally what I do is whenever I go to check, I'll touch the fruit, I'll give it a little squeeze. If there's that little bit of give, it's takeable. Not completely ripe, but almost there. Yes, they're all almost there. Now, the one fell off. And I'm going to try to keep as much of this cluster together as long as possible, because I want to make sure that I have an extended time to eat the fruit off of it, which I got a little spider web there. Pluck me a leaf. Make sure I ain't got something in there I don't want to take in the house. Nothing there. But that is a nice cluster. That had, well, there's 5 here. No, there's 3, another 3, 6, 7. That was a cluster of 8. Not bad for his first year of production. Like I said, I had a few clusters, and oh man, I could smell them. I love that smell. This tree had a few clusters in which I've taken fruit out of this tree over the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, and I really like the flavor of overlease. And where that came out, I actually see good moisture coming out of where that came out at. Now, every once in a while, you come out here and you'll find a cluster, and one is just at that edge, and the rest of them hard as a rock. Well, what I'll do is that one is just at that edge, I'll twist it off and leave the rest of the cluster in the tree. And because oxygen is hitting that, it'll help speed the process of the rest of them to ripen up. And what I'll do is I'll set these on the kitchen counter, and they will soften up and they will ripen up. And I mean, that's ripe enough I can eat it now. But I like to see it get a little bit softer, and I'm going to try and weigh that entire cluster, because man, that's got some weight to it. I'll weigh that out and see what it weighs out to. I've got an NC1 back here that has a cluster of 3, and they're good sized fruit. And I've been checking that on a daily basis, and they're still really hard. And whenever that gets to a point that it's like this, I'm going to remove the entire cluster and see what those are about. And I'm willing to bet that a couple of them that's in that cluster is probably going to weigh roughly around 12 ounces. But man, we got some nice looking round fruit. I like the roundness of Overleaf's fruit. And I also like the way the fruit is carried more central towards the center of the tree versus way out here on the limbs, like my sunflower out there is doing. I believe if they're way out here on the limbs, it creates more stress to that tree. But being way out here on the limbs and the limbs out, it may provoke even more flowers. I know that tree has an awful lot of fruit in it. But just something I wanted to share with you. Pawpaws, amazing little things, or amazing little trees to deal with. Well, my name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. You all have a God bless day.